All right, guys, welcome back into another NFL DFS video. My name is Polzin with TNF Sports. Going to be getting into this Thursday night showdown between Christian Watson and Derrick Henry, or otherwise known as the Green Bay Packers and the Tennessee Titans. Guys, I'm pretty excited about this game, but at the same time, weather could be an issue. As it sits right now, the snow is not expected to be too heavy, so that shouldn't be a big factor, but it is going to be cold. 27 outside, which not too terrible. If you're from the Midwest, you know what I'm saying there. The problem is the wind chill is about 18 degrees. Makes it about 18 degrees. So that would be the issue there. All in all, not a big, you need to stay away from this player or you need to play this player because of the weather. Just something to monitor as the day goes on. And man, you know, the really unfortunate side of Christian Watson going off in that last game was the fact that he is priced up now. Okay. Expected him to go off last week, did. And now he gets a great matchup against the Tennessee Titans, but it's a matchup in which the weather could be an issue and he's priced up. So that is what is going to make this slate interesting. As a reminder, guys, if you enjoy this coverage, make sure to give a like and subscribe. Let's get into the picks for today. So we're going to start with the Tennessee Titans. Given the kind of game, you would really think that Derrick Henry, this would be a Derrick Henry game. The interesting thing with Derrick Henry is that he has played in like only 58% of the snaps the last 2 weeks, 59, 58. Not good. That is scary. Okay. And he hasn't been overly, okay, he was against the Chiefs. And then last week against Denver, which is a tough matchup, 8.7 points. It was a sloppy game, and we could potentially get that sloppy game again. Now, I will say, the Titans need to get Derrick Henry going in this game, okay? And I think that they will. And, like, he is someone where if you're playing Derrick Henry, you're basically just putting him into the captain spot and figuring out the rest of your builds from there, because I don't know if we are going to need to play both of the quarterbacks or even either of the quarterbacks. Now, I think they're going to be fine. They should both like get to double-digit DK points, but just how much more are they going to do than that? See, like Ryan Tannehill has always been like a consistent fantasy producer. That is just who he is, okay? He's going to play. He's going to get 10 DK points. Okay, really only one game against Buffalo, a game in which they just sucked. And then the Indy game obviously got injured. But like last week, very good. I mean, 19 DK points against the Denver defense, that is very solid. Been a solid producer. Can he do that against the Green Bay defense, which is also pretty solid? I don't know. That is the question. I don't think he's going to break the slate. Can he give us 12 DK points? That's the question. Probably. Okay. Probably 12 DK points, nothing more. If that's going to be enough to be in a GPP winning lineup or a cash lineup that will help you profit on this slate, take it. Okay, that's for you guys to decide. Robert Woods did play, as he has been playing, a lot of the snaps, a majority of the snaps at receiver. The targets probably will be there. I don't think Jari Alexander is going to be shadowing anyone, or really any of the corners are going to shadow a particular receiver, because none of them are even like elite enough to like do that. Now, Westbrook did have a great game last week, and the thing with it is it's that Ryan Tannehill has been talking Westbrook up this whole year, so it does seem like there could be some sort of chemistry there between Westbrook and Tannehill. We saw him be decent when Tannehill was the quarterback, and then obviously the last few weeks that offense was just terrible without Willis. Could be something there, not something I'm particularly going on my way to play. And then Treylon Burks came back from his injury, and he looked good. Okay, he has looked good. Probably going to play in about 60% of the snaps in this game. Only played about 50% last week. He's a decent price point play. He is someone I would play price point wise for the Titans. And then, guys, the tough part here is that they run out like 3 tight end sets, 2 tight end sets, and probably one of them are going to have a good game. It's just figuring out which one that's going to be is literally just a guessing game. So I wish I could give you guys something more than that. It's just, it is what it is. Like, that is just how it goes. And then Dontrell Hilliard, we know who he is as a fantasy producer. If this game gets out of hand, if the Packers are winning it, he'd be the one that's in because he is the pass catching back. Okay, that would be the biggest difference there. Is that going to happen? I don't know. With this weather and with the way the Packers have been playing mostly this season, I kind of expect it to be a close game. Probably not going to play in the kickers. Maybe get away with playing the Titans defense, who has been much better recently at their price point. Probably just needs to get 5 DK points for you. Now let's switch it up into the Packers. I think the Packers are where you want to be using a majority of your DFS plays on. Like I might go 4-2 tonight, favoring the Packers. When you look at it, it does seem like that's the route to go. Allen Lazard probably going to play 90% of the snaps like he has the whole season. Only had 7.5 DK points last week. That's because it was the Christian Watson week. But he still had 4 targets, still scored 7.5 DK points. Could that be enough for you guys on the slate? Possibly. He has been a consistent fantasy producer. I think he could be a fine play, especially going against the pass defense of the Titans that is a little bit less stellar. And he is obviously someone that is familiar playing in this cold temperature. Christian Watson should be as well. Went to NDSU, North Dakota State University. It's a pretty north college. And yes, some people are going to be like, well, he played in a stadium because NDSU is awesome. Who cares? Like, you're still up there, still used to it. But yeah, let's just talk about it. Like, most of those people watching this video know, not shocking at all that Christian Watson went off. Kind of was expected last week. It was expected last week for him to go off, and he did. Just the question is, how do you follow that up? Now he's clearly going to get the attention that he deserves, both from the media and from defenses and defensive coordinators. Will they try to scheme to keep things in front of him so he can't break those big plays? Maybe, but that could be a good thing tonight because we have seen him get those short passes and take what would be a normal 5-yard catch into like a 10-yard catch or 9-yard catch. Like, he's so fast and quick that he gets those extra yards. So I do still think he's in play. The weather does kind of hinder the play slightly, but it won't be shocking to see him go off. I don't think anyone would be shocked if he goes off again tonight. I don't want to say it's expected for him to go off tonight, but it is expected for him to have a good game and to get those targets still. Like, he is their best receiver. I've been saying that for a while now. He's their second best weapon in this offense. Been saying that for a while now. I expect him to get involved. Okay, let's not be shocked if he goes off again. So I do see a route in which you could play Christian Watson in your captain spot or Derrick Henry. Those are the two that I'm really going on my way to play the most because I think the potential for those two to break the slate is there. It's the greatest. I thought I'd be on A.J. Dillon a lot in this game because, well, you brought in A.J. Dillon to literally be a force in these games. Okay, so it wouldn't be shocking to see more of a 50-50 split between him and Aaron Jones. A.J. Dillon just grinding out those short yards and just kind of pissing off the defense because he's ramming into them in this cold weather. The thing with it is Aaron Jones has been playing about 70% of the snaps, whereas A.J. Dillon, maybe about 40%. So that would need a switch. We need that to be a 50-50 split. So if that doesn't change, then you're looking at Aaron Jones. But Aaron Jones is very priced up. So it's just like, all right, you got to ask yourself, is that going to change or not tonight? And it could. But at the same time, Aaron Rodgers has made it very clear that he wants Aaron Jones in the game and not A.J. Dillon because Aaron Jones, well, he's a stud. We all know that. When I said Christian Watson is the second best offensive weapon, Aaron Jones is the best offensive weapon. Okay, pretty clear. So I think you're either playing Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon is the summary of that. The very interesting thing about last week, guys, in a game that they were down, is that they did a lot of 2 tight end sets with Robert Tonyan playing 64% of the snaps and didn't have a high target share, and Lewis playing in 58% of the snaps. So that would not be shocking, especially given the weather, if they run out a lot of more 2 tight end sets, which to me would say Christian Watson and Allen Lazard on the outsides. Okay, so they'd be the outside perimeter receivers. Then we've seen a lot of 2 tight end sets, and I think that's why we have been seeing more of Aaron Jones, because you kind of want to do more 2 tight end sets if you have Aaron Jones in there because you just have another playmaker out there. And so the point that I'm trying to make there is that Randall Cobb is going to be a great value, or would be a great value, if it weren't for them running a lot of 2 tight end sets, because that would mean he's the one that's not playing. So if they aren't going to be running a lot of 2 tight end sets, a lot of that 21 personnel pretty much, then it would be Randall Cobb, okay, in that 11 personnel. So if they run out a lot of 11 personnel, Randall Cobb would be the one playing. So he is the toughest part about this slate. Going to be back, going to be active. We know he's going to play, let's just say 20% of the snaps for sure. I'm expecting 30 to 60% of the snaps. It really just depends on the game flow and where they see the weakness in the Tennessee defense. And the strange thing about it is when the weakness for defense has been in the passing game, they've kind of been able to find a way to run the ball. And you look at the way they've been able to run the ball, especially against like Buffalo, it's impressive. So I don't know how much of Cobb we're going to see. He should still get some targets, and he should be a very cheap price point play. He should still very much pay off this $200 price tag, okay? I expect a catch or 2 from him, maybe a screen or 2. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers trusts him. He's going to get a couple of catches, okay? It's just whether or not how many snaps he plays. And I kind of expect it to be him. It's weird. So you got Sammy Watkins, obviously an outside receiver. So I think they're just going to take Sammy Watkins snaps away, put Allen Lazard on the outside, and then put Randall Cobb on the inside when they do that 11 personnel. So that's what we're trying to figure out, obviously, but I think that's what's going to happen. That's what makes the most logical sense. And we also might see a little bit of Christian Watson as well, maybe running some inside routes. And so here we go. This is a very solid build in which you can afford to pay it for Derrick Henry. You're also getting Treylon Burks, who, a very good talent for the Tennessee Titans defense. You're getting Christian Watson and Aaron Jones into a build, which is awesome. You're also getting Allen Lazard in a build, which is awesome. So I like that a lot. And then just obviously touching on Aaron Rodgers. The thing that has been frustrating me this season is that people will will say Aaron Rodgers has been bad, or he's been bad in like fantasy as well, especially like DFS. Like he has been bad in the sense that it's Aaron Rodgers and he hasn't been like good. But if you look like across the board, NFL wise, he has been still very good. Okay. Lots of drops, obviously, and he hasn't needed to throw the ball too much, but very consistent fantasy producer here, guys. 2 games below 15 DK points. Okay. And we all know the Vikings game, Christian Watson did have that drop touchdown. Okay. There was also a lot of drops in that New York Jets game as well. So like, he has been a solid quarterback this season. I do think he has a great chance to go for 15 DK points once again. Been an efficient quarterback, okay? It wouldn't be shocking. And that's my biggest issue is that, yes, I do kind of want to play Rodgers as well. It's just, I don't know if we'll be able to fit him in there. So we'll do one build with Rodgers and I'll begin out of here. So obviously we're doing a build with Aaron Rodgers. Then you're going to want to play Christian Watson in the captain spot, okay? So we're doing that. Maybe not Derrick Henry. If we're playing Aaron Rodgers, that means he's been doing really well this game. Titans are playing from behind. So maybe go with more of their pass catchers. Maybe go with Hilliard. Maybe go with Burks. And then you could still fit in Allen Lazard. You could still fit in Aaron Jones. So another pretty solid build there as well. You're fading Henry in favor of Rodgers pretty much is what you're doing here. Not an elite build, but at the same time, you see a path in which that can be successful at the same time. And I'm curious, did you guys notice the color scheme in the back? Green for the Packers here, blue for the Titans. The attention to detail here, baby. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this coverage. If you did, you know what to do. Please give me a like and subscribe. That helps me be able to put out more content for you guys. All right, let's have a good slate. And as always, guys, let's keep cashing.